The new set Celestial Guardians is now live, including a bunch of new EXs, rare candy, 2 new packs, and shinies. Today we're going to go over each and every card with some analysis and reviews on which decks they might fit into, and what you should check out for the packs. Be sure to subscribe and follow me for all platforms for future deck lists and shorts on the set. Without further ado, let's go. New Execute is 60 HP with 30 damage, 2 cost rolling tackle. Weakness to fire, 1 retreat. So the other Executes in the game right now are both 50 HP, and they get one shot by Skarmory. Skarmory and Carnivine, so a step up to 60 is actually huge for this deck, although you miss out on the 1 cost 20 damage attack with the other Execute because you're only putting 1 energy if you're going to Executor EX, but this is the setup for Alolan Executor. There's also the one that gives itself an energy. I imagine if you're running Alolan Executor, you would just run the one that gives itself an energy. Alolan Executor is a new stage 1 with 150 HP. It has the 3 cost attack, Tropical Hammer, dealing 150 damage. This is hilarious because you flip a coin, and if you flip tails, the attack does nothing. So it's 150 or 0, average 75 damage, but you know, half the time it's literally going to do 0, which is pretty funny. It has a 4 cost, ridiculous 4 cost retreat. And a regular Executor has a 3 cost retreat, but this thing is so tall that it needs 4 energy retreat. And 150 health is pretty good for a stage 1. But the thing is that it's 150 or 0, so you know it's actually just super luck based. On this card, you know, you either have the best day of your life or the worst day of your life. I don't think you run it because that is just such a huge swing, but it is going to be really fun to play around. Weakness Fire and a 4 cost retreat as well. Next up, we got Surskit. Quick attack, 50 HP, so in that Skarmory range. Flip a coin, it deals 30 or 10 based on your heads. 1 retreat, Weakness Fire. Masquerain, I think these look like reprints, but they're just new copies of things we've already seen before. 90 HP, 40 damage, 1 cost Bug Buzz. Actually not terrible. Not good though. Maractus, this is new. 90 HP, 40 damage, 2 cost Sting. Not bad. Sweet. Parablast, 60 HP, 1 cost Colorless Headbutt for 10 damage. Phantom, 60 HP, 20 damage Hook for 1. Trevenant evolves from Phantom at 130 HP as a stage 1 with a 3 cost Claw Slash dealing 80 damage. Also got a weakness to fire and a 3 cost retreat. Alright, here we go. Rowlet. So there's 2 versions of Rowlet, a Sun version and a Moonset version. This one is 60 HP and has a 20 damage leafage. So it has a weakness to fire as well and a 1 cost retreat. I'm kind of skipping over this one because I think you should be running the other one every game. This is Rowlet, the Moon version. 60 HP as well, but it has the 1 cost plant skill dive. This attack deals 10 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, so it's kind of like Rotom or Hitmonlee, where you want to use it as a marker for the bench or to tag something that's weak. So you can use Cyrus or Decidueye's attack later, but it's not like Hitmonlee because you can click, or you can pick whichever Pokemon you want. They can be in the active, they can be in the bench. You can pick both. Any of the 4 Pokemon that they have. Dartrix is 80 HP and a 1 cost 30 damage Razor Wing. Nothing to write home about, but having a 1 cost move on stage 1 is always really nice. But with the new rare candy, you might be skipping this guy a lot. And then here we go. Here's our first new EX, Decidueye EX, a 170 HP Grass type stage 2. It has 2 attacks. First of all, the 2 cost colorless move, Pierce the Pain. This attack deals 100 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon that has damage on it. So if they don't have damage on it, you can't attack with this at all. It will do nothing. But if they have any form of damage on it, whether it's 10, 100, 200, then you'll be able to attack with this move. Whether they're on the bench or in the active slot, you can deal 100 extra damage to them, which is really nice. It's a very nice card to pair with sniping cards like Hitmonlee, Rowlet that we just saw, as well as cards that deal damage to the entire board like Spiritomb, or the new card that evolves from Mantis. So this is a very nice toolkit to have in your deck, especially in your grass decks. Although it is 2 colorless energy, so you can use this in any deck that has either the nuking capability or the sniping capability. Although I probably wouldn't run it because of the requirement for its other attack, which is Razor Leaf. It deals 80 damage for 2 grass energy, and you might think, why does it exist if the other one deals 100? Well, if they don't have any damaged cards, or they potion away your poke, or they heal it away with like a shaman or something like that, then you can't use Pierce the Pain at all. They have to have damage on it. It's similar to how Cyrus is a dead card in the early game because nothing's been hit yet. So that 2 cost Razor Leaf is just a backup. Yes, it deals less damage, but 80 for 2 is still pretty nice. We got a weakness to fire and a 1 cost retreat. And we'll see who we pair Destroy with later, but ideas that come to mind already are the, what's it called? The new Fomantis card that evolves the stage 1, as well as Spear Tomb to mark the entire board. And then Bench Snipers, obviously the Moon Rowlet is going to help a lot with that. We got Grubbin. Darkfire Greninja, yeah, those 2 as well. Incineroar is super insane. Do you get a pick if they're multiple damage? Yeah, you get a pick. It's just like, imagine it, it's just like playing with Cyrus, but it deals 100 damage. Grubbin, 60 HP, 1 cost Colorless Gnaw for 10 damage. Fomantis, 60 HP to 1 cost Leafage for 20 damage, and this evolves into Lurantis, a stage 1 with 90 HP. It has the 1 cost Plants Grass attack, Petal Blizzard. This deals 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, so this is going to be a setup for Decidueye. And note that it's 20 instead of 10, so Spirit Tomb is a basic. You can get that 10 off really quickly, but that can be healed away with 1 turn of Shaman, whereas this would take 2 turns of Shaman or 2 Shamans, and then 20 damage to each. It's not enough to get through Potion, but it is enough to get through that 10 Shaman heal. So this is going to set up the entire board for you to be able to use Decidueye, and then hopefully you pull into Rare Candy, you can swap into it really quick with the 1 retreat cost here. And then Decidueye's attack is only 2 energy. So make a Lurantis, hit with it, hit everything, and then prep for Decidueye to snipe off 3 points in the back line. Make sure you play around that EXs are 2 points. Weakness Fire and a 1 retreat. Mortal, 60 HP, 1 cost Stampede for 10. Shinotic. So there's already a Shinotic that exists in one of the older sets, but it basically like puts them to sleep for 2 energy. Not terrible, not amazing, but the thing about Shinotic and Serena, we'll see later, is that the supporter Mallow actually buffs the 2. It lets you heal them to full, but then you cannot, they lose all of their energy. So Shinotic is a stage 1 with 100 HP, and it has the 2 cost Flickering Light, dealing 50 damage, and then you flip a coin. If it's heads, the defending Pokemon cannot attack during your opponent's next turn. So it gives them that debuff, and lets you stall for another turn if you look at heads, but the thing is they can also just evolve over it, or retreat it into another Pokemon. It's not like Paralyze. So, but also they can't cleanse this effect in any way. But they can just swap out and then retreat. I don't really see this card getting any play. It has a 2 cost retreat and a weakness to fire. How are your pulls? Pretty good. No Mercenary Crown, but quite a nice. Bound Sweet, 50 HP, 1 cost Stampede, 20 damage. Evolves to Steenie, so Serena's a stage 2. 80 HP with a 1 cost double spin, dealing 30 damage times 2 per heads flipped out of 2 coins. 1 cost attacks are always nice. Weakness Fire and 1 retreat, evolving into Serena. 130 HP with a 1 energy, 3 kick combo. 50 times 3, flip 3 coins, it deals 50 damage for each head, so up to 150. Average of 75, and if you flip 3 tails, you're doing 0. A 1 cost, 2 cost retreat, and a weakness fire. Will it see any play? Probably not even in No EX decks. I mean, No EX right now is kind of a mess with Magnezone Skarmory. I think that deck's just way too strong. Meta? No, I don't think so at all, but cool theme with Mallow. You can heal all of your 130 energy, but you lose all of your 130 HP at once, but you lose all of your energy. Not worth it at all. Oliver, thank you for the follow, and welcome to Club Penguin. W Atlantics, yeah, thank you for the PayPal chatter. Pay chatter. Immersibility, congrats. Paid chatter, indeed. Alright, let's see. Berry B. Maybe we can do some pulls after this. Alright, Wimpod. Wimpod is a basic with 70 HP. The ability Wimp Out. Nice. During your first turn, this Pokemon has no retreat cost, but if not, it has 3, which is ridiculous. And it has a 3 cost attack Gnaw, dealing 30 damage, and a weakness to fire. It evolves into Golisopod. It has the 120 HP, stage 1, and a 3 cost first impression. Deals 60 damage base, and if this Pokemon moved from your bench to the active spot this turn, this deals 60 more damage. So this is a really interesting card, and I think this is the first time we've had this effect. 38 energy for 120 damage on its first turn, and then it only has like a 2 retreat, so you can leave it out and then put it back in the next turn after for fire. And yeah, you can't retreat twice in a turn, so you can't like leaf out and then put it back in, unfortunately, but it's going to be a 2-turn play there. You can deal 120 damage on 3 on a stage 1. Meta? No? Fun? Yeah. Looks pretty fun. But at least that has a 2 retreat, unlike 3 retreat here. And then Wimp Out, you're going to use to get it back to the bench for that play. You can generate energy for this with like Leafeon, stuff like that. Superior, but meta? Nah, probably not. What's up, Ryan? Remember Raichu? Good luck, good luck. Alright. Oh. Day, thank you for the heart meme. Welcome to the team. Delmise EX, a 140 health basic. It has the 3 cost Anchor Shot, dealing 80 damage, and then during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon cannot retreat. So this is like the old Ekans Arbok from Genetic Apex, where you play Arbok plus Weezing to apply poison and then lock them down, so they can't retreat away from the poison, but they can also evolve over it and then retreat, I believe. That's one way to get out of it, but if they don't have an evolve or they're at stage 2, then they're out of luck, they're trapped. And this is going to help you secure key kills on especially EXs that are worth 2 points to end the game. They can't, you know, play a tank and then swap out anymore. They can't stay stuck on their Darkrai Giratina EX in the front, and they're going to be taking that extra 20 damage from the grass weakness as well. So this is a pretty solid card to have as a toolkit. I mean, 3 energy isn't very fast, but it's still a very solid effect. Weakness to fire and a 2 cost retreat, and we'll see if there are any like damage over time cards, because usually that's what this is good with, damage over time or poke from the bench. Yeah, I think Lunala right now as well. Just meta-wise, you can play it with Giratina right out of the box. Tapu Bulu, our first Tapu. 120 HP basic, which is pretty high for non-EX. It has the attack Stuck and Tackle for 3 energy. It deals 100 damage, and then you can flip a coin. If tails, this Pokemon also deals 20 to itself. But it's a 3 energy 100 beater on a basic, so it's already higher than Delmise EX for a non-EX. It has a 1 cost, or 2 cost retreat, and a weakness to fire. So not a bad card at all. I mean, 3 energy beater for a basic, and then 120 is a lot for a basic, and it only has a 2 retreat, so you can leaf it out. Whereas stuff like Kangaskhan and Snorlax are going to take 3 or 4 energy to retreat. This only takes 2, and it has more HP than it. Plus, you can play around the new Grass Cape that adds 30 health. So that's going to be a pretty nice tank to play around. I would not be surprised if we see this. Next, we got Fire. We got a new Growlithe to pair with your Arcanine EX. 70 HP, 2 attack, 2 energy combustion for 30 damage, 2 retreat, and weakness to water. New Arcanine, no EX here, 130 HP, 3 energy fire main for 80 damage. Cool art, nothing to write home about, to be honest. 3 retreat and a water weakness. Alola Marowak, this is the base art. 110 HP, and then it has the 3 cost of Burning Boomerang, sorry. Flip 2 coins, this attack deals 70 damage for each heads, and then if at least one of them is heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. So this is a pretty cool effect. Average of 70 damage plus the burn deals 20, and then they have to flip every turn, at the end of every turn to cleanse it. If they flip heads, it's gone. But that is 70 damage on the 1 cost flip. And then the full art of this is really nice. weakness to water, and a 2-cost retreat. So the reason why this is playable is because of the new supporter all the way back here. Let's see how fast we can get to it. Is there like a shift? A freaking make it faster without breaking my system here. Oh, day. Arcanine to do sick. Congrats. Hope it went well. That sounds awesome. What would I get? I don't want Rayquaza? Oh, cool. I love Arcanine now. What would I get? Anyway. These full arts are so nice, by the way. They did a great job this set. Very nice full arts. Okay, I have to go all the way here so I don't break my my system here. Never mind. I'll just break it. Okay. We have a new supporter named Kikyo. So this lets you choose one of your Alolan Marowak or Turtonator. You take 2 fire energy from your energy zone and attach it to that Pokemon, and then you end your turn immediately. So you can attach with your turn energy and then attach to with this, and then you have that Alolan Marowak ready next turn. But the thing is, you can't attack the same turn you use this, but hey, that's 2 energy for 1 supporter, whereas like Brock is only 1. But you can attack. That's the only stipulation. So same idea as Giratina, but with this you get 2 free energy and then 1 from your turn. And next turn you have the Marowak attack prepared. So that is a pretty nice interaction to have. Let's go back. And then speaking of Kikyo. Oh, come on. There we go. Speaking of Kikyo, we have a Turtonator. Turtonator is a 120 HP and a basic. It deals 90 damage for a 3-cost fire spin, but costs 1 energy per move. So you can just use this every turn and attach your turn energy, and then remember that Kikyo will generate it up to 3, but you can attack in the same turn. So you play this down, you attach your turn energy, or if you're first, you don't need to, and then you play down Kikyo. Next turn, you can start attacking every turn with turn energy. Honestly, not bad at all if you hit that Kikyo if you draw it. Not bad at all for a non-EX basic. Dealing 90 on turn 2 is really, really strong. New competitor for the Blaine decks for sure, but you do have to draw that Kikyo. It has a 4-cost retreat as well, so you play this, you're getting stuck with it. I don't imagine you're ever retreating this. Although, I mean, you're already pretty close to 4, but it is what it is. I mean, you can, with Kikyo, you can still retreat, you just can't attack. So you could play the Kikyo to retreat it out if you need that energy to do that. Water weakness as well, but yeah, synergy, you can run in Alolan Marowak and Kikyo deck for sure. And neither of them are EXs. Aiden, thank you for following. Welcome to Club Penguin. Just fold like 4 full-out Tornadoes. Hey, at least it looks really nice, right? You can make a binder. Could be 4 Wigglytuffs. That art looks really nice. So does the Alolan Marowak. Hey, thanks for the share. Appreciate you. Alright, Fletchinder evolves from Fletchling. 80 HP basic, or 80 HP stage 1 with 1 cost steady fire breathing for 30 damage. Weakness to electric and 1 retreat. It evolves into Talonflame, 120 health for a 2-cost fire wing dealing 90 damage. But it is a stage 2, where we saw his Turtonator was dealing 390 for 3 with the Kikyo buff. Don't think you'll be playing this, but cool to have our bird back. Stage 2 bird. 1 retreat and a weakness to electric as well. Alright, Litten. 60 HP, 1 cost heat tackle, dealing 30 damage, and it deals 10 to itself as the cost. But the idea is, this is like the old Promo Mankey into Primate combo, where the Incineroar EX actually benefits from damaging itself, so you don't feel bad about the damage on its own at all. You probably want to one Giant Cape though, because after attacking, you're in that one-shot range of Carnivine and Skarmory at 50 HP, so Giant Cape can help with that. Also, a 30 damage water attack would one-shot you from, say, Palkia as well. Weakness to water and a 1-cost retreat. The Moonlitten is 60 HP and a 20 damage scratch, but you don't have that 10 damage to itself, so you can't proc it for Incineroar. I think you would run the other one almost every time, especially considering that 38 damage on the Heat Tackle can one-shot the old Executor EX, or Executor Executes for 50 HP, and then any grass type with 50 HP will get one shot. So Weedle as well, that builds in a Beedrill. Torracat. Torracat is 80 HP, stage 1, and a 1-cost Heat Tackle. Upgraded version, dealing 40 damage to 30 and 10 to itself. So you only get 10 more damage, but you still have another chance to proc the self-damage for Incineroar here. So you could run Litten, but I feel like it's the same idea with running the old Charmander instead of the new one, because the opportunity to deal 30 on one is really big for a basic. Here we go, Incineroar EX, 180 HP, stage 2, fire type. It has the 1-cost Fire Fang, dealing 30 damage and burning your opponent's active Pokemon. Remember that deals 20 damage per turn, but they have a chance to cleanse it at the end of every turn. A flip for heads or tails. And it has the 3-cost Scar Charge Smash. It deals a base of 80 damage, and if this Pokemon has damage on it at all, the attack deals 60 more damage. So the idea is you're going to Heat Tackle to get 10 damage onto yourself. If they don't attack you or they do, it doesn't matter, because next turn you can hit for 140 as long as you have the damage dealt. So don't heal your Incineroar unless you need to, or heal it up to 170 and then get that 140 damage off for 3 energy. That is a ton of damage. And with Rare Candy, you know, you can attack with Litten and then do that self damage and then deal 140 next turn with a Rare Candy. But just if you're playing against this, you know, be careful about hitting it if you're not going to be able to deal a ton of damage with like a water attack or a big attack, because that's going to do a lot for them. If they can't get an attack off the Litten, or if that will leave them one-shot range, they're not going to do it. They're going to wall this onto the bench. So if they swap this in, maybe consider not attacking into it, because otherwise you'll be taking 140 damage. Of course, if it's going to lead to a 2-shot and then you can just tank the 140, then you're good. You have like a Gyarados, there you go. You're dealing 160 because of the water weakness there, and you can tank the full Scar Charge Smash. It's got a weakness to water and a 2-cost retreat, and yeah, it's not like your opponent can heal your Incineroar for you. So you pretty much have control of this 140 damage attack, the availability of it. But yeah, it's really nice. 3 energy, 140 on a 180 HP stage 2. Infernape deals 130 or 120, but it discards its 2 energy. Yeah, nice card, and it looks really nice. It's grabbing outside the cardboard as well. Oricorio, Fire Mode, 70 HP, 2-cost Kindle, dealing 40 damage, and discards a random energy from both active Pokemon. So this is going to be your Pokemon and their Pokemon. Okay, toolkit, it's nice, but 2 fire energy is, you know, a lot to get past for a basic fire type. A lot of the base fires either want a ton of their own energy on themselves to discard them, or are 1-cost energies. So investing 2 on a basic that's 70 HP is kind of a lot, and then honestly it's not enough for reward. Same idea as like the Beedrill, but it's just way too squishy. Oh, Marie, thank you for the 10 roses. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. Good morning, Red Heat. Welcome to the stream. We are lecturing today. I know you got one more year of college, so you'll be here. At least one more. Conkeldurr, not yet. We'll take a look. I remember you told me. Best pack to pull from? I think it's Lunala, but it's very close. Just pick whatever you think is cool. The electric version? Yeah. I'm excited to talk about that. You're graduating Saturday? Oh, are you a year early? Congrats. I'm graduating next Friday. Is Solgaleo good? It looks pretty good. With Rare Candy especially. If you don't hit Rare Candy, it's not too good, but I mean, it's not bad at all. 2 energy for that much damage, not bad at all. Best card this set, we'll see. We're talking about all of them right now, but I think Rare Candy is has a good chance. Incineroar Heatran, yeah. You talking about the RCS self-damage Heatran? Because you don't even need to run RCS as well for that card to be good. I'm a big fan of that Heatran. Rare Candy for sure, for sure. Although it is 3, so, but you know that consistency as well is really nice. Salandit, another Salandit, 50 HP, 1 cost, colorless Gnaw, deals 20 damage, gonna evolve into Salazzle. The other one, I think, had poison. Weakness to water and a 1 retreat. Salazzle, so this one is fire type, not dark type. 90 HP, 2 attack, heated poison, deals 30 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and burned, so potential for 30 damage per turn. If they don't clear the burn with their flips, and then poison, they can't clear flips, they have to retreat it. So, hey, that's not bad. 90 HP is pretty low, but you know, 50 damage per turn on 2, not bad at all. Weakness to water and 1 retreat. Maybe you can finally use those full art Salazzles or full art Salandits. Yeah, actually solid. Oh, you're right, 60 damage per turn. Yeah, my bad. It's 20 plus 10 plus 30. And then remember that the burn and poison also happens on their turn, so you know, a full turn cycle is going to be 30 plus 30 plus 30. So 90 damage by the time it gets to your turn again. Turnerder we talked about. Alolan Sandshrew, these arts are really nice. 60 HP and a 1 cost scratch for 20. 1 cost moves on these are always nice. Weakness to metal for 20, and then a 1 cost retreat. Pause, that might be comp. Yep. Rampardos and Rare Candy, yeah, that's what's up. You do need an XP to play around it, but because you can't start with a fossil, but if you have it, it's over. It's over. Alolan Sandslash. The full art of this is beautiful, by the way. 100 HP, stage 1. 1 cost spike armor. Deals 20 damage, and then during your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, deal 40 damage to the attacking Pokemon. So double of Druddigons as long as you get that attack off, and it's only a 1 cost. So this is gonna be a nice frontliner for your water deck, your ice decks. You can play this with Greninja or the Synergy, hiding behind that, and it has 100 HP just like Druddigon, but 40 damage reflect is really threatening, especially if if you have like a threat from Greninja from the back. So I could totally see you running this especially in no EX tournament, playing around that and Greninja. Non-EX, don't know, but this is a nice card. It's same idea as Palmot, but this deals 40 damage back. 1 cost retreat as well is really nice, considering Druddigon is a 2 cost retreat, so nice to have for a wall as well. Guzzlemite in the Poketool meta, yeah, that's a nice card to have. Guzzlemar full art, congrats, 2 shinies as well. Congrats. Oh no, Ninetales is the one with the cool art. Alright, Vulpix. 60 HP, water, call forth cold. Take a water energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. A 1 retreat cost and weakness to metal. A Ninetales, 110 HP, and a 3 cost of Blizzard. Deals 60 damage and then 20 damage to each of your opponent's benched. So the same amount of damage to the bench as the Palkia upgraded version of Articuno. Deals 60 instead of 80, but 20 to the bench Pokemon. And then the Call Forth Cold is going to let you do this on your next turn. So you play a Vulpix, attach energy for your second, and then evolve into a Ninetales next turn. You're at 60 HP, so you're non-danger one-shot from Skarmory and Carnivine unless they have a Giovanni. And then you can start Blizzarding. You can play your Cyrus to play around that 20 damage. You can even play freaking Decidueye if you wanted to. So I think this is a pretty good card, actually. And remember that it's Misty and Irida are available for these as well. Weakness to metal and 1 retreat. Pretty good. Shelder, oh boy, what an art. 70 HP, basic. 1 cost attack of 10, because 70 HP is a basic. Weakness to electric and a 1 retreat. Cloister, 110 health, guard press, deals 50 damage, and then during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes negative 20 damage from attacks, a 3 cost retreat, and a weakness to electric. 50 damage for 2 is not terrible for a stage 1. It's not great, but you're going to take 20 less damage and you're 110. You're still going to get one shot if the attacking Pokemon deals 130 or more, though. So this can survive the old Pikachu EX, can't survive the new one, but the old one, Patrice EX. So that's not terrible, but I mean, it's just not tanky enough. Hit up with a Ray. Oh, the A9 tails or the Cloister? I could see Manaphy, Ninetales as well. Lapras, 110 HP basic, 3 cost Surf, dealing 70 damage, and then 2 cost Retreat, weakness to Electric. This is just a wall, but there are just so many better walls in the game right now. Drotagon exists. Like, anytime you see a wall, you have to compare it to Drotagon. It's too good. Poplio, 60 HP, Sing, for a 1 cost colorless. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. 1 cost, Sing on a basic that evolves into a stage 2 is always nice. Same idea with the old Jigglypuff for the stage 1 there. But asleep is a really nice effect to have. The problem is they can just evolve over it and clear the asleep that way. So if they're playing a stage 2, you're out of luck. Weakness to Electric and 1 Retreat. The other one just deals 20 damage, 1 energy. I feel like you'd play the sleep one over this one. Brion, 80 HP, 1 cost wave slash for 30. Not bad at all. And then Primarina, 140 HP. Melodious Healing. Once during your turn, you can heal 30 damage from each of your water energy Pokemon. So you get an Arita on an ability every turn, every single turn. 2 cost Surf, dealing 60 damage, and a 2 cost Retreat, Electric. If you want to play a big stall deck, you can heal your Lapras or your Cloister, or any Water Wall. The new Water EX is pretty nice as well. This is the card for you. I mean, the problem is with the stage 2, so that's going to be annoying, but, you know, if you're playing against, like, the Decidueye plus the new card, you know, 30 damage from everyone is going to heal away that mark. So that's going to be nice. And yeah, solid card. But it is a stage 2. Rare Candy is going to help with that, obviously. You get that healing off really fast, and that's impressive. And then you can just swing with this in the active as well. It heals 30 from everyone, so including the active, including itself. Not bad at all. Here we go. Crabominable. EX is a stage 1 evolving from Crabrawler. 160 HP, so pretty good for a stage 1, same as Executor EX in the past. A 1 cost Insatiable Striking. This deals 40 damage, and then during your next turn, Insatiable Striking will deal another 40 damage. So this is a 40 into 80 ramp, similar to Cyclizar and Togekiss, but it's only 1 energy, so that's pretty good. The thing is, you have to get to the stage 1. Remember that Executor EX deals 40 and then 80 if you put heads, but then after your first turn attacking with this, it is 80 guaranteed. It has a 3 retreat like Executor and a weakness to metal. So I think this is a pretty good card. I mean, people play Executor EX a lot already, and this is guaranteed 80, whereas that is a 50% chance. So after your first turn, it's guaranteed 80. If you do get Sabrina'd out or Cyrus'd out, if you force a swap, it will lose the effect of Insatiable Striking. This is the same with the Togekiss and the Cyclizar, but I mean, that doesn't happen that often. But, you know, if you're playing against this, you have a Sabrina'd out, and then they're going to swap it in, it's going to go back to 40. But still, 1 energy 40 or 80 is really, really strong. Really good. Now, with Water, you have access to Misty and Arita. So, you know, you're probably not going to play this in a Misty deck because you lose a lot of value unless you play, like, a huge Water Sink. But I don't know why you would with this. I feel like you're just playing for super aggro. I mean, it's a nice wall to set up for, like, a Gyarados or something like that. What card? It's a Passimian. We'll talk about it in the fighting section. But yeah, I like this card a lot. I like it a lot. I love aggro decks, and then it's a better Executor, to be honest. Unless you're really lucky. Wishy-Washy. 30 HP, so really low. Able to get kicked down by the Hitmonlee, same as Magikarp. Call for Family. Put 1 Wishy-Washy or Wishy-Washy EX from your deck onto your bench. So yeah, that's pretty nice. You know, being able to put a EX onto your bench is nice, considering Wishy-Washy EX's effect. But you are going to have to survive it. Weakness to Electric as well makes it really susceptible, and you have to get that attack off for it to work. Even with Cape, you're getting one shot by Carnivine and Skarmory, so that is just not a playable matchup at all. You're not able to get it off, but if you can, then there you go. You get to harness the ability of Wishy-Washy EX. Some potential? Yeah, we'll talk about it in a sec. I'm excited to try it, at least. Rare Candy, basically, if you have Rare Candy and then you have the basic on the field and the stage 2 in your hand, you can skip the stage 1, immediately evolve into the stage 2 with Rare Candy. And then the conditions are you have to have played the basic last turn, so the same as if you're evolving into stage 1, and you can't play on your first turn. Yeah. Wishy-Washy EX. 170 HP for a basic, which is really, really strong. Very strong. Honestly, you could just... this is a really nice wall, to be honest. 3 energy attacks School Storm, dealing 30 damage, plus 40 more damage to each of your bench, for each of your benched Wishy-Washy and Wishy-Washy EX. So if you're able to get all 4 of them off, with Wishy-Washy EX in the active and the regulars, as well as the other EX on the bench, 20 plus 30, so 150. Now, realistically, that's not going to happen every game, but you have 2 Pokeballs to play around, Ionos, Pokecoms, and then Wishy-Washy's effect here to get all those on your bench. And then, yeah. That is 160. Can we do math, guys? 160 plus 30. Oh, wait, no, it's benched only, so it is 100. You don't really want to play around Manaphy unless you just let it die and then hide the Wishy-Washies in your hand, which is something you can totally do. You can have this tank. It's 170, so it's not bad at all. You just have this tank, play. Hopefully you draw into your stuff with Research, Ionos, Pokeballs. You can have 3. Yeah, you can run 2 normal and 2 EX. They have different names. It's the same with Pikachu. It's the same with Pikachu EX and regular Pikachu. That's why you played Pikachu EX and Raichu back in Genetic Apex. You could play the Surge Raichu. You could play Pikachu EX and Raichu. You can just run 2 copies of both. It's been like that forever. Water Arceus? Yeah, kind of. I mean, Arceus did 130, and then this deals 150. Come on, man. But this also has a 3 retreat and a weakness to electric. But yeah, not 190, 150. Still solid. I mean, this will be a really fun deck to play. Niche deck? Yeah, I don't think it'll be meta. But it seems like a lot of fun. I mean, the other waters are just so strong right now. Yeah, 30 HP exactly. It gets killed by a sneeze. Honestly, like, you're just relying on your Pokeballs most of the time, I feel like, and your draws. More than the Wishy-Washy effect. Because, like, you can't even save it with freaking Cape against Skarmory. And I feel like people are going to play Skarmory and the Solgaleo, so... Yeah, 30 HP. But cool card. Jupiter, 60 HP, 2 cost hook for 30 damage, weakness to electric, and 1 retreat. Araquanid, stage 1, 110 HP. It has the 3 cost attack Dangerous Claws. It deals 60 damage, and then if the opponent's active Pokemon is a basic, deals 60 more damage. So that is really fun. It's gonna deal tons of damage to Darkrai players, Giratina players, basic EX players, a weakness to electric, and a 2 cost retreat. And then the kicker with this is the new supporter Acerola. What it does is it lets, if you have an Araquanid on your field, so either in your bench or your active, you can choose any of your opponent's bench Pokemon and swap it in forcefully. So it's like a Sabrina, but you can choose any of them you want, or it's like a Cyrus, but you don't have to damage them before. That's a really strong card with Araquanid, and Araquanid is actually pretty good. Stage 1 with 3 energy, 120 damage to basics. Obviously, if they play like a stage 2, you lose. If you're playing a stage 2 deck, stage 1 deck, you're losing value there, but you can still force in a swap with a Acerola and then force out a kill there. If you're able to do that on basic EX, that's a lot. 2 retreat cost and a 1 weakness to electric. And then the thing with Acerola is Araquanid can just be on your bench. It doesn't have to be in your active. So you can just build this on your bench and then have that threat of having a guaranteed no damage Cyrus. So a nice combo there. Araquanid, Jupiter is 60 HP, so enough to survive the Skarmory and Carnivine as well. That's also a benchmark we're looking at a lot of these days. Scott, I'm gonna get bullied with Guzma? Yeah, that's true as well. And Brian, appreciate you lurking. Appreciate you, shout out. Supporter, yeah. Too lazy. Counter last set, yeah, for sure. I think this set a lot of people were running stage 2s. But having the ability to Cyrus in for free is nice. Or without the damage requirement is really nice. For any deck, honestly. Skarmy gonna get bullied with Guzma? Yeah, that's true. I feel like it's kind of like Guzma's like go second card though. So like Skarmy players should just not use their tools and then hope for Mars. Because if people start running Guzma, if they go first, just don't play them down. And then if you go second, it doesn't matter if they Guzma, right? I mean, they'll detach it, but the next turn you can just play your second tool. And you're still gonna get that 50 HP damage, 50 damage card down. I don't think it's scary enough to not play Skarmy. Because like, there's just too many good cards in a 20 card deck game. Chacharisu, thank you for the heart me and welcome to the team. Appreciate you. Arena seems kind of cracked. Yeah, it looks fun. Looks fun. Pyuku Muku, 60 HP, innards out ability. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, deal 50 damage to the attacking Pokemon. So I believe this also applies to wait, no, it's in the active only, but never mind. But I think if they did like I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so if your Pikumuku dies at 60 HP, it's gonna deal 50 damage back. So a nice deterrent to have in your active spot. Also crucial, it has a 1-cost Sprinkle Water, dealing 20 damage. So basically, you're gonna put this down, you're gonna attack for 20 damage. They have to attack it because you're dealing 20 per turn. And then once they attack it, it deals 50 back. So if they one-shot it, you can deal 70 in a turn, in a full turn cycle. That's actually pretty nice to have as a water wall. Obviously, with a lot of water decks there, though, you're gonna be playing the Manaphy instead as your basic, so not too much opportunity because it is also a water energy. Unfortunately, not a colorless, but cool card, cool concept as well. Weakness 2, electric, and a 1 retreat is also key for having a wall. Bruxis, another Bruxish, 80 HP, 2 damage, wave splash, 50 damage, 2 energy wave slash for 50 damage, weakness to electric, and a 1 retreat. Kind of whatever. The old Bruxis is interesting, but I got power crept by Weasel. Tapu Fini, 100 HP, 3 damage, 3 energy spiral drain, 60 damage, heals 20 damage from this Pokemon. So another self healer for 3 energy, 60 damage, basic, non-EX. It's alright, but I don't think you ever play this. Weakness to electric and a 1 retreat. That's pretty nice. Streamer battle with BB for night. I'm down if he's up for it. I'm down because there's no ranked, right? We don't have like a collab stream yet, but we'll do one in a few weeks, I'm sure. Run back the punishment pizza. Yellow Oricorio opinions? I think that's great. I think that's really funny. Especially against 18 trainer players. Obviously there's not that many anymore, but a lot of people are going to be playing like rare candy into EX only. So that's a nice card to have. Because you can just completely lock out some players. Darkrai Giratina can still like damage it with Darkrai chip, but I mean it's 70 HP, right? That's 4 chips. By the time you have that, you can probably set up a Pikachu EX or something in the back to one shot. Mikey and Eva, thank you guys for the follows and welcome to Club Penguin. Hey Raichu, yeah, we'll talk about it. I like it as well. Continue the lecture. New Pikachu, as always, 60 HP, basic with the 2-cost colorless Tail Smack for 30 damage. So colorless because Alolan Raichu is also colorless. 1-cost retreat and a weakness to fighting. Tanner, thank you for the follow and welcome to Club Penguin as well. Appreciate y'all. Favorite card? Yep, here we go. Alolan Raichu EX, 140 HP, stage 1. It has the 3-cost colorless attack, Psychic. It deals 60 damage plus 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So it is 3 colorless, which means if you play it with Dialga EX, similar to RCCX, you can do this on turn. You can swap it in immediately and attach your turn energy for that Psychic swing. And then 60 plus 30 for energy. So in the current meta, right? That's a ton of damage. With people playing Giratina and Darkrai, you know, Darkrai is going to build up to 3. Giratina is going to build up to 4. That is going to be 150 damage to Darkrai, and then on 3 energy, 150 damage to 3 energy, and then 180 to 4. So the curve is 60 to none, 90 to 1, 120 to 2, 150 to 3, 180 to 4. Now, the thing with the meta now is that a lot of the cards may be lower cost. So, like Solgaleo, I think it's going to be big with the 2 energy. So, it's still going to deal 120, which means you can 2-shot Solgaleo. So, not bad at all. I wouldn't be too worried about it. And then you're going to be able to 1-shot the big cards, you know. Gyarados. Gyarados is going to have 4 energy. So this is going to deal 180 plus 20. So you can 1-shot fully a Gyarados with Cape if they have 4 energy down. But this also gets 1-shot by Gyarados. I think Wishy-Washy EX gets 1 piece as well. Weaker version of Galley DX? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, Electric, as Brian said, Electric is always going to have because there's a ton of water. But this one you can play as a colorless. It's and even bigger, it's a stage 1, you know. If you don't have rare candy luck, then this is more reliable. But I mean, yeah, Gallade is better if you hit rare candy, but you can play this in a deck. Gallade is really nice with rare candy because it's a 2 energy, but you can have this to any deck you want. I feel like you probably play this in Electrics or anything with energy gen. You can even play it with Manaphy as well as a flex, but yeah. Make sure you're on your comms as well. 1 retreats is really nice also to have that flexibility and a weakness to fighting as well. Moltres EX, with Moltres, they have to be fire to attach, but other energy generators like Dialga EX can do it, Manaphy can do it, and then Dawns can do it as well. No problem there. Stealing all this tech, let's go. What up, BB? Hey, let me know if you're down for some stream battles. I'm always down. Been streaming for a while today. But yeah. BB chillin'. Thank you for the heart, me, Brian as well. Welcome to the team, guys. Appreciate y'all. Welcome to Club Penguin. A Geodude, 70 HP basic. 1 electric, 1 colorless, 2 damage. Knuckle Punch for 40 damage. 2 retreats and a weakness to fighting. Evolves into a Graveler, 110 HP. 3 energy, heavy impact for 60, and a 3 cost retreat, weakness to fighting. And then with these cards, there is a supporter, I believe. Sophocles. Basically, it's a Blaine for a Graveler, Vikavolt, and Togedemaru. They deal 30 damage to the opponent's active. And let's talk about the other 2 first. Ready for that gym leader challenge? Hell yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it. New pizza. New punishment. A Golem. Okay, so yeah. Sophocles is for A Golem, not for that dude, but Super Zap Cannon for 150 damage. This card 2 electric energy as a cost, but it has 4 energy total. And then a 4 retreat is huge. And a weakness to fighting. 160 HP on this guy. So it's going to deal 30 more with Sophocles. But honestly, 150 is already that high. That's a bit overkill, isn't it? Electric. Electric has like Dawn to play around. They have the Pachirisu to play around to generate with Pachirisu there. But not too much generation right now. I wish you could like Volcano this. Not a great electric battery, exactly, yeah. There's like Magneton, but Magneton plus Dawn, but that's really it right now. I don't think we got anything new either, other than Pachirisu from last set. Another Helioptile, 60 HP, 1 cost, colorless Smash Kick for 10 damage, 1 retreat. Heliolisk, 90 HP, 1 cost colorless Rear Kick for 40, so pretty solid, 1 retreat there. Charjabug evolves from Gubbin that we saw earlier, the grass type, 90 HP, 1 cost electric Vice Grip for 30, 2 retreat, fine, whatever. But Vikavolt, 140 HP stage 2, 2 cost Disconnect, deals 70 damage, and then during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards from their hand. That is really interesting, so No more rare candy, no more potions, no supporters at all, no heals, no capes, no tools at all, only Pokemon. This is going to be a really funny card to play with rare candy. And then remember that Sophocles buffs it by 30, similar to Blaine, so this deals 100 damage per turn with Sophocles, or 70 per turn on 2 energy. This is a pretty solid card, given that you have that you draw into rare candy. You know, if you draw into rare candy, this can be really impressive. You can deny rare candies, and then if your opponent's not running any of the stage 1s or one of the stage 1s, they're gonna have trouble getting into that rare candy because they can't freaking play it. 140 HP and a 1-cost retreats. Spirit's damage is too low, speaking from first hand. Yeah, it gets cleansed from Shaman, but other than that, I mean, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Oricorio, here you go. Here's what y'all were looking for earlier. It is a 70 HP basic with the ability Safeguard. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon EX. So if they're running an 18 trainer, Pachirisu, Articuno, Palkia, they cannot damage you at all. You can still get damage through abilities and special conditions like Poison or Darkrai abilities, Greninja abilities, Druddigon, but dude, no damage at all from EX. So even like Wishy-Washy, if they're only running those, they have no ability to damage you. Gyarados, once they run out of their Palkia Origin, they can't damage us at all, and you can just deal it 50 damage per turn with this on 2 energy. That's pretty good. 50 damage on electric is pretty freaking good, considering the ability. So completely cuts down some decks, completely useless against other decks. I mean, it is what it is. Same idea with the Sudowoodo and the other guy. Follower goal met on Twitch, 170, cool. 1 cost, retreats, and a weakness to fighting as well. Perceive any of this in ranked? Yeah, for sure. Really annoying if you're playing EX cards. A lot of decks have stage 2, so they can play around this, but you know, people are gonna have Sabrina. Wonder if it stops bench damage? Yes, it should. So stuff like the new Rayquaza should not take any damage from it, and it will take it up. Wugtrio, Decidueye. But yeah, this card can end games just by itself, and as a basic, that's pretty nuts. Like Meowscarada was ending cards against EXs, but that's a stage 2, right? This is a basic. Rayquaza, yep, there's a new event, solo event right now that you can play, as well as quests that can give you Rayquaza. Talk about it on my TikTok page, you can see it right there. On page, but yeah, really nice, fun card. Not fun for the opponent at all if they're running EXs. No to even Giratina, yeah. The Darkrai can damage it, but hey, it's 70 health. Like, that's 4 attaches with Darkrai. So the effects, the idea is there. Real creatively, the deck names? True. That's pretty funny. Real creative, guys. Real creative. Diego, thank you for the share. Next up. Togedemaru, 70 HP, 1 cost Electro Smash, deals 20 damage, flip a coin. If it's heads, deals another 30. And then I believe Sophocles also applies to this, so it's going to go up to 50 or 80 with the Sophocles 30 damage buff. I mean, 1 cost 50 potential is pretty good for electric. They have Rotom as well, which deals 50 to tool. Pokemon with tools on it. Skarmory and Carnivine already have that 50. I mean, if you're playing the whole Sophocles deck with the Vikavolt, because I feel like Vikavolt is a lot more viable than Ingolm is, then you could run this for the extra damage. I mean, it's 50 with Sophocles on 1 energy. That's really good. Especially against Water type, that deals 70. And then you have the potential to deal 100 with Sophocles plus Togedemaru plus the water weakness. 1 cost retreat is also really nice, thank goodness. Tommy is a cutie. Thank you for the follow on Mobile Club Penguin. It's Corn. Welcome back to Nebraska. Day, thank you for the It's Corns. What does it do? Does it like throw corn? We get some chicken jockey action. Do y'all go with Rayquaza? Yeah. I feel like if you're playing Rayquaza, it's that or Manaphy are your 2 choices there. Star Spoken, thank you for the like. Drop a follow, appreciate it. Let's go, guys. Keep it going, keep it going. Tapu Koko, 100 HP. 3 cost of Volt Switch, deals 70 damage, and then lets you switch with one of your benched electric Pokemon. So this is a cool ability, similar to what it has in the TCG. I remember playing like a World Champions deck with my brother, with a Raichu, Tapu Koko, and then Tag Team Raichu, Pikachu, Dedenne, Tag Team, whatever, Zekrom, Pikachu. A weakness to fighting and a 1 retreat. I think the only downside is the 3 energy cost is really high, especially for electric, which doesn't really have any ramp. I think it's just a little too high. If it was 2, I think you could play this, but yeah, I don't really see a point. It's cool though, yeah, it's cool. 70 is a lot, but I mean, 3 energy cost is too high. I think the 3 energy cost is just a little too high. Switching to a tank? I guess. But then what? You know? I don't really see it. Maybe if it was 1 less energy, but I don't really see it at 3. 1 rare EX. If you finish the all those missions, but I don't think you can finish the missions right now. You just have to wait for the logins. Yeah, good luck. Hope you get the other ones. The one with safeguard? Yeah, true. That's funny. That is very true. But it's only a 1 retreat, so. Are we on the Sun Pack? No, we're doing all energies in a row. So we're covering both. That's a good point. I wish it showed which set it came from. I guess I'll go over it at the end of the video. And all EX Rare Candy Giratina? Yeah, for sure. It's very nice to have. A new Mr. Mime. 80 HP basic, psychic, 2 energy barrier shove. Deals 30 damage, flip a coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. So no poison, no effects there, ability effects, and then all damage. Darkrai EX, I believe. The chip damage will get shut down by this. Just a nice wall, but you have to attack with 2 energy. I feel like you'd run another wall. If it was 1 energy, yeah, very nice, but yeah. Weakness, 2 dark, and a 1 retreat. Amy Claire Oates, thank you for the heart me. Welcome to the team. Welcome to Club Penguin. J-Dub, thank you for the tiny Diney. Do these things like put things on my screen? Is that what happens? HP too low? Yeah. I just think it's the 2 energy is also too high. Last time I survived? Yeah, I remember the one you told me to put in my deck. The Juggler. Sableye, 80 HP, basic. Corner, 40 damage, 2 energy during your opponent's next turn. The defending Pokemon cannot retreat. This is okay. Locks down like the confusion, but 2 energies again is too high. If it was 1 energy, I could see it get some play, but 2 energies is too high. Psychic has a lot of manipulation now with Lunala, with Giratina, and Gardevoir as well. So 2 energy is not that high, but I don't know. I feel like you wouldn't want to run this in a Psychic deck. Umpy too? Gotcha. I need to take a look at that. But yeah, it's too expensive to be honest. For the payout. I mean, Lunala, once you have it, makes it really flexible, but you have to get to Lunala first. 80 HP is not bad. Spoink for 60 HP, Psy Charge, attaches to itself, so another ramp. 20 weakness to Dark and a 1 retreat. It allows us to Grumpig for 110 HP, 3 energy Zen Headbutt for 70, and a weakness to Dark and a 1 retreat. So you can ramp with this and use Lunala to manipulate there, but I feel like you just run Giratina. I mean, if you wanted to, you could run this plus Giratina and then XP it out into Lunala, and then you have or Giratina, then you have 4 energy on your next turn because you have the energy from this, the energy from Giratina, the energy from your turn, and then the energy from your next turn. So that is a turn 2 Giratina if you have all of that set up, but really hard to get that. New plant EX was Decidueye. Has the 100 damage and the 80 damage. but it's the bench sniper. So there's a combo there if you want to. I feel like that's just way too much investment, but if you get it off, that is a crazy combo. Lunatone deals 90, it has 90 HP and a 2-cost moon press for 50. Solid HP, but I'm gonna play this. 2 retreat and a weakness to dark. Puppet evolves into Miss Magius, right? No, not true. That's Banette. 60 HP, Will-O-Wisp dealing 20 damage, weakness to dark and a 1 retreat. Evolves into Banette for 90 HP. Nightbind for 1 energy, deals 30 damage. Your opponents cannot attach Energy Zone to their active Pokemon. So, interesting. Shuts down things that want to ramp up in the active spots. Bit like the Darkrai. Shuts down Darkrai EX completely. They're gonna have to swap it and then attach onto the bench, or they can just attach to one on the bench and attach the Giratina as well. Interesting ability. 30 damage, very interesting. And then remember that the Psychic deals extra damage to a lot of fighting types. But yeah. They're gonna have to swap out, leaf out. They can't use their active, which is gonna be where the energy is going to most times, right? Obviously gonna be useless against like Druddigon or tank decks, but most decks are gonna be attaching energy in the active, so. Cool tech card. Really cool card. If it was a basic, it would be super OP. But yeah, it only being 1 energy plus a 1 retreat is really nice. I totally think you can tech this in, but it makes retreat tough too. Yeah, exactly. They can't attach to retreat. They're gonna have to leaf out for a lot of Pokemon. So, and also effectively be a trapper if they only have 1 energy. If they don't have enough energy to attack, like it's game over. They don't have X speeds or leaf. Like this can just solo some games. Oricorio, 70 HP, Dazzle Dance for 40 damage. Your opponent's active is now confused. Another like Miss Magius EX as a basic. But I believe the basic for that also confuses that 1 energy. It just doesn't deal damage. So I think you just run that instead. Weakness to Dark and a 1 retreat. Other Oricorio, 70 HP, Spiteful Dance deals 20 damage base plus another 60 if your Pokemon was knocked out by damage from attack during your opponent's last turn. So this is the Psychic Marshadow, but it only costs 1 energy. And it deals 20 less damage total. And 20 less damage on the base. I can see you running this just as a basic, but I feel like the Lunala Giratina deck is already so overloaded with Pokemon right now. Yeah, I can see this in like a more aggro Psychic deck, considering it only costs 1 energy. 1 retreat as well as nice. Cutie Fly, 30 HP, so really low. 1 cost flap, 10 damage, weakness to metal, but no retreat cost. Rabombi! Rabombi! I know you're gonna spam this for Rabombi. 80 HP, 1 cost Fairy Wind for 40, not bad. Colorless as well. Metal weakness, and 1-0 retreat. Is that it? Wait, is Rabombi the max evolution? I thought there was a stage 2. Oh, that's kind of sad. Oh yeah, I don't think you're playing this. Really nice Kitty Fly? I bet. No, the arts of this set are really cool. Rabombi! Comfy, 70 HP, basic. This is what Almond was talking about earlier. Ability Flower Shield. Each of your Pokemon that has any Psychic Energy attached recovers from all special conditions and cannot be affected by special conditions. So, complete counter to the new Muck, Alolan Muck. Poison decks, Paralyzed decks, anything, Confusion decks, anything that plays around special conditions is completely countered by this. We'll see if that comes in the meta. I don't think it will. I think the other cards are just a bit too strong compared to like Alolan Muck for this to matter, but nice tech card if you know your friends running one of those decks, or you freaking hate a Hypno Grafai decks. Like you're playing viewer battles. If I'm playing viewer battles, maybe I'll take this in against Hedda. Spinning attack, dealing 30 damage for 2 energy, and a weakness to metal and 1 retreat, but this is like a bench rider. Sandygast, 80 HP Pokemon with a 2 energy vibration, dealing 30 damage, 2 retreat, and a weakness to dark. It evolves into Palossand for 130 health, 70 damage Spooky Shot for 3 energy, 3 retreat, and a weakness to dark. And then Palossand have synergy with another new supporter. It is... What is it? Which one is it? Oh, that's Acerola. Sorry. The spider one is Lana, not Acerola. So hard to draw candy? Yeah, I haven't got any. I don't know for sure. Dude, I had a 29 turn game with Peta's. Ridiculous. And one with Day as well. Acerola. Let me pull this up on the Twitch as well. Make sure. Guys, don't look. Honestly thought this was gonna get the other immersive because Japan. You know how it is. Because Japan. But here we go. Acerola, we'll see what Mimikyu does as well. I was just talking about our 30 turn game. Choose one of your Palossand or Mimikyu that has damage onto it, and then move 40 of the damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is effectively a 40 damage heal and a 40 damage poke onto the active. So really good value for one supporter, but it has to be on Palossand or Mimikyu. I'm not sure if it's below 40, you'll always get the 40, because that's how like Dusk Noir works right now. If you have like it won't kill itself ever. But it, yeah, 40 damage heal, 40 damage attack. Really good value, but I think Palossand and Mimikyu just aren't that strong, unfortunately. Yeah, we all know why Lily and the Lily is a supporter, or the immersive. We all know why. Such. All right, back to Mimikyu. Let's see what it does. It has a 70 HP basic and then 2 cost shadow hit. Deals 60 damage and 20 damage to one of your Pokemon. Okay, this is, yeah, this is garbage. 2 energy, 60 is not good. When like stuff like what's it called exists. Skarmory, Carnivine exists, Rodham exists. 2 energy is a little too high, but if it does work, like the 20 damage procs itself for Acerola, then you can just heal your Mimikyu or Palossand that gets hit. If you're only playing Mimikyu, you can heal it and then deal 40 damage back with Acerola, if that's how it works. But the thing is, like, you're down to 50. Oh, activate Incineroar, true. Wait, so do you get a pick? Has anyone played this? Do you get a pick which Pokemon it is? Because if you get a pick, then that's not terrible. You can just put on a Sandcastle in the back or a Mimikyu in the back, and then hit with Acerola next turn. But if you don't get a pick, I don't think it's great, because then you don't have a guarantee for Acerola, and then if you hit your own Mimikyu, then you lose. You're down to 50 in one shot range. Regigigas, Tina with Lunala. Feels Reggie right, the self damage. With Dusclops as well, yeah. I can see that as well, because but the thing is, like, Acerola, you can't move from Dusclops. But if anyone's played this, let me know if it's if you can choose or not. Because if you can choose, it's actually not terrible. But 2 energy is a little high. It's random? Okay, that kind of sucks. I mean, I wish it said that, because like in this game, a lot of the cards have like minimal text, and it means you can choose it. Happy Lele, 90 HP, 1 cost energy arrow, deals 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each energy attached to that Pokemon. So if they're building behind a tank, this deals 20 per energy attached. So Manaphy Dex, Gyarados in the back, deals 60 or 20 per energy. So if they have 3 in the back, it's going to deal 60. Upgraded version of like the Azelf Spirit Arrow, but they have to have energy attached, but you can hit both the active or the bench. So this is a pretty good card, actually. 90 HP basic as well, with a 1 cost retreat is also critical, and a 1 cost damage. Weakness to metal, I think this is a solid card. Are you gonna run in the meta? Maybe not, but solid. Also can mark for Decidueye. Minimal text could never be a lull muck. Yeah, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Which pack is better? I think Lunala right now. But play what looks cooler. They're pretty close, and you can get rare candy from both. Cosmog, 60 HP with the 1-cost teleport. Switch this Pokemon with one revenge Pokemon. Colorless as well because Lunala and Solgaleo evolve from this. Weakness 2, Dark, and a 1-cost retreat. 1-cost retreat is nice, but you have teleport to play around as well. Same idea as the Magikarp Leap Out, the Ralts. Really nice card to have on your Evolver. Cosmoem, 100 HP, stage 1. 2 energy stiffen. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes negative 50 damage from attacks. It has a weakness 2 Dark and a 3-cost retreat, which is really high, but the stiffen's gonna help a lot. I mean, they need 140 damage to one-shot it with a stiffen, so really nice cards to have for evolving. For a lot of this, I gotta see it. Alright, our first Sun and Moon pseudo. We got Lunala EX, 180 HP. It has the ability Psychic Connect. Once during your turn, you may move all Psychic Energy from one of your benched Psychic Pokemon to your active Pokemon. So, I guess you can't do the play I was talking about earlier, because it has to be, you can only do one at a time. It's not like Vaporeon. I think Vaporeon you can do like all your Pokemon, right? But the kicker is that this can be any active Pokemon, so it doesn't have to be Psychic to receive. So you can do it with the new Rayquaza, you do it with the new Raichu, anything that can use Psychic Energy, you can move it to. It also has a 3-cost Lunar Blast dealing 100 damage. I think obviously the biggest meta deck from this is going to be Lunala Giratina, but I'm excited to see what other people cook up with this. 3 energy Lunar Blast is not terrible for 100. That's not bad at all. Same as Gengar without the supporter. Solid. But really, you're using this for the energy manipulation because you can do this. You can move energy from Giratina that you generate onto Lunala directly or onto your active, whoever it is, without any fear, without having to run Dawn. So, really nice combo there. 1-cost retreat as well is really key in that manipulation. You can just XP it away. And a weakness to Dark. Open type X, probably Lunala, but just pick whatever you think is cooler. Solgaleo is also a really good card. Necrozma, 120 HP, Psychic Basic, 4-cost Prismatic Laser. Deals 120 damage, but it cannot attack next turn. So Lunala can move energy onto this. You can ramp with Giratina, Gardevoir. Cool idea for a no EX deck, but 4 energy is a lot, and it can't attack. 2 retreat at least. You can move it with Leaf to something else, but it's alright. Weakness to Dark and a 120 HP. Adan, thank you for the follow and welcome to Club Penguin. Appreciate you. Alright, moving on to fighting. Cubone, 60 HP, 2 energy colorless beat, 30 damage. Also remember that it evolves into a Alolan Marowak, which is fire type. Weakness to Grass and a 1-cost retreat. Makahita, 70 HP, 1-cost Slap Push for 20 damage, fighting move, and a weakness to Psychic and a 2 retreat. Evolving to Hariyama, 120 HP. Push Out deals 50 damage and switches out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench, but your opponent chooses the new active Pokemon, so it's going to deal 50, and then blows them back, similar to a Sabrina, forces them to swap out. If they only have one, then you have a guaranteed swap out into that, so that's going to be nice. But a 3 retreat and a Psychic 20, 3 retreat, and then only 50 damage on 2 for fighting. I don't know if you'd run this, to be honest. Psychic weakness as well. I feel like fighting has so many better toolkits already. I don't think there's you on this, but cool card. 90 HP Solrock, 2 energy Solar Beam for 60. There you go, not bad. 2 energy Retreat and a weakness to Grass. Yeah, you're not running this, but not bad. When Marshall exists. Drillbur, 60 HP, colorless, 10 energy or 10 damage scratch for 1 energy. 1 retreat, weakness to Grass. Evolves into nothing. Extra drill, right? Is extra drill in the metal pile? We'll see it later then. Timber, 60 HP, 1 cost Corkscrew Punch, deals 20 damage, weakness to Psychic, and a 1 energy retreat. Evolves into Girder, 90 HP, stage 1, 2 energy strength for 40 damage. Not bad, not great, not terrible. 2 cost retreat, evolving into Conkeldurr, 150 HP, stage 2, non-EX. Ability Guts, If this Pokemon will be knocked out by damage from an attack, flip a coin. If heads, this Pokemon is not knocked out, and the remaining HP becomes 10. So really nice wall, pretty funny. It has a embrace, whatever, focus sash, focus band onto it, and then 3-cost Mega Punch for 80. Although unfortunately it is a 3-cost retreat. I kind of wish it was 2 so you could leave it out. But funny Pokemon, but you have to flip heads, and then it can be knocked out by like Poison, Darkrai EX. Another like cheese version of a Bastiodon type thing, but 1 for the health can be rare candied. Not terrible, but I don't think you run it. Pretty funny though. Crab Brawler evolves in the other dude we saw earlier. 70 HP. Colorless Punch. 20 damage, not bad at all. 2 retreat. Weakness 2 Psychic. Rockruff, 60 HP. Attacks Signs of Evolution, 1 cost. Put a random card that evolves from Rockruff from your deck into your hand. So, Lycanroc. Pulp friendly, but, or Meowth's graded deck. Sprigatito effect, but only for Rockruff's evolutions. 1 cost retreat is nice, and weakness 2 grass. Another Rockruff deals 20 damage tackle, that's it. Lycanroc, there are 2 forms here. 100 HP, but remember you can only run 2 copies because they're the same name, they're not EXs. Crunch deals 80 damage for 3 energy. Flip a coin. If heads, discard a random energy from everyone's active Pokemon. Redraw effect only if you flip heads. And then 3 energy instead of 2. But it's a stage 1 and non-EX. It's okay. 1 retreat as well helps. Other Lycanroc. 2 energy Blood Fang deals 50 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon has more remaining HP than this Pokemon, this deals 50 more damage. So if you find a way to self-damage, then this deals 100 damage. That's pretty good. Your Rockruff is 60 HP. It's gonna be able to tank like a Skarmory, Carnivine. Maybe force them to not attack into it, and then you deal 50 for 2. And then 100 on 2 is really good. That's the same as Marshadow, but it is a stage 1. Solid card. You hopefully bait them into attacking it with Rockruff, and then they can't attack it because they're gonna take 100. But once they can one-shot 100, it's dead. Yeah, this one is better for sure. Weakness to grass and 1 retreat cost. Is it viable? Yeah, for sure. Is it meta? Probably not. Mudbray, 80 HP, 2 cost rear kick, dealing 30 damage, 2 retreat, and a 1 weakness to grass. Evolves to Mudsdale, 140 HP, 4 energy high horsepower, deals 140 damage but 40 to itself. So a lot of damage there, but 4 energy costs on a fighting, and no like Brock like Golem has or Onyx there does. 4 energy retreat is crazy. I think that makes it never get any play. And then 1 cost weakness to grass. I don't think you play this, but cool concept. But Simeon EX, here we go. This is a cool card. 130 HP. The ability is Offload Pass. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack from a opponent's Pokemon, move all fighting energy from this Pokemon to one of your benched Pokemon. So once it dies, you move all your energy, and then you're playing 2 energy for Seismic Toss, right? So you're gonna move 2 energy, and then you can attach your turn energy next turn for 3 total energy on whatever you're using. The one downside is though it has to be knocked out by damage from an attack. Same condition as Marshadow, so Darkrai, EX Chip, Greninja ability, Druddigon ability, and then Poison Burn is not going to let you move the energy, but most of the time, right, you're gonna get knocked out by an attack, and you can move that energy. Notable 3-pointers, Gallades 2, Lucario EX gets play in the AI deck is 3. Marshallow's 2, and then what's it called? And then you can invest in another one, and then what's it called is Garchomp is also 3. 2 energy Psychic Toss for 60 damage is solid. I mean, better than Marshallow's 40 base. But you're mostly playing it for the offload pass plus 60 damage per turn. Not bad at all, and it's a basic. But 130 HP is a little low. Gets one shot by Giratina, but it is what it is. Its ability is really good. 2 retreat and a weakness to Psychic. So I think you play this in a lot of fighting decks, especially with Marshadow. Just another really good toolkit to play. Hydropoli X? I don't think so. I mean, that's the new gen, right? I don't think we got any dragon cards this set. Oh, we got 2. We got 4. Okay. Minior. Minor. Okay. 80 HP. Star Drop. Deals 40 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So You can deal it to the active, you can deal it to the benched. 2 energy, 2 energy Hitmonlee, basically. I don't think you play this. I think Marshadow is such a good 2 energy toolkit, but the floor is nice. King Julian? True. 1 retreat and a weakness to grass. Alright, dark types. Alolan Rattata, 50 HP, so it's susceptible to the Carnivine, 1 shot. Extra, because it's weak to grass. So 30 damage from grass will 1-shot it. Bite for 20 damage, 1 cost retreat. Alolan Raticate deals 110 damage, has the attack Scrounge and Scarf for 50 damage. 2 energy, discard a random item card from your opponent's hand, so that includes supporters, tools, and items. That's a nice utility. 50 damage too is not bad, but a 3 retreat makes it kind of rough. Wish it was 2, because you need to attach another one if you don't have leaf or X speed. But cool concept, cool card. But if they use all their items already, if their items are just like evolution Pokemon, then it can't do anything. Items, I mean, supporters. Oh, dude, supporters are trainers, not items. You're right. Okay, yeah, this is trash. I'm used to Yu-Gi-Oh, guys. I'm used to it just being spells. Wait, so I said something wrong about the other one then, right? Was that also just items, or was it trainers? What was the card that also revolved around items? Earlier. I forgot what it was, but... Okay, yeah, items are just potion. Vikavolt? Oh, okay, you're right. Yeah, it's Vikavolt. Okay, Vikavolt's not that good then. It's only items, so no rare candy, no potion, but then they can use supporter. Okay. Note to self, note to editor, aka me. Vikavolt, item discard. Item lock is only items, not supporters or tool. If it included tools, maybe, but like any sample for Incineroar, I'll cook for you later, right? But right now, we're lecturing. We got the ASMR on. Okay, its items is trash card. Alolan Meowth, 60 HP, 1 cost to scratch for 20 damage. Tools items. 1 cost retreat, 20 damage, 20 weakness to grass. I don't think so. It's just Pokemon Tool. Like, I think it would just say trainer. W Professor, W Trainer School. Yep, we're in a Scarlet Violet anime right now. I think it would say trainer if it meant all items. Tools just say Pokemon Tool. It doesn't say item on it. Version 100 HP. Ability Furco takes 20 less damage from attacks. 2 energies, Claw Slash for 50. 1 cost, retreat, and a weakness to grass. Yeah, if you like Persian, play it. Otherwise, it looks like Peter Griffin a little bit. Great. He's just an item? Oh, really? I mean, it doesn't say item on it doesn't say item on the card though. Because like fishing net, Pokeball, rare candy, they also item, but it is still a rare candy lock. A Grimer, 70 HP, 2 damage Sludge Toss for 30 damage, 2 energy Sludge Toss, sorry, for 30 damage, and a 2 cost retreat, weakness to fighting. Retreat is a little high, but it evolves into Alolan Muck EX, 160 HP, stage 1, the Yu-Gi-Oh card of the set with the paragraph with citations. 80 damage for 3 energy. 1 special condition from among Asleep, Burn, Confused, Paralyzed, and Poison is chosen at random, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now affected by that special condition. Also, if they already have the condition, it will not be chosen. So you're going to give them the Panacea of random Bullcrap Go. Afflict them with Asleep, Burn, Confused, Paralyzed, Poison. You can pair this with like Grafai to get that poison, so you get 2 effects there. But if they find if like the thing with these effects is that some of them can be cured by just retreating. So obviously like Paralyze doesn't let them retreat. So Paralyze plus Burn or Poison is gonna be a good combo. But all conditions can just be cured, one by Pokemon trainer or the Pokemon Center lady, and 2 by just evolving over it. And in a meta where a lot of decks are playing for like stage 2s, as well as it being 3 energy for 80, I just don't think it's gonna be amazing. It'll be solid, but like we saw what happened to Cloudslayer. It just wasn't good. And this is 3 instead of 2. 3 cost retreat and a weakness to fighting. Absol, love Absol. 80 HP. Hopefully this has a cool full art. 2 energy Unseen Claw, deals 20 damage. If this Pokemon is if the opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition, deals 60 more damage. So like Grafai on the bench can support it for 80 on 2, but it's okay. New Malasada also cures, yeah. I don't think people are gonna run it though. Lum, yeah. I feel like Muck is just not impressive enough to run those new items though. Flipping a coin, yeah. Absol gonna be pretty strong. Yeah, it's alright. The problem is you have to apply it somehow. So, yeah, Poison Barb will apply it with the Absol. You can run Poison Barb Absol for the oppression there. But then you can't play around Cape, so beware of one-shots. Yeah, that's a good idea. Solid wall there, but it is 2 energy. Follow the Poison Barb? Yeah, that will help a lot. Weakness to grass, anyone retreat. Poison Barb is you attach it as a tool, and then if they attack you, they are poisoned. So kind of similar to Dredagon or a Rocky Helmet. Trubbish, 60 HP. My spirit animal deals 20 damage on pound for 1 energy. Weakness to fighting and a 1 cost called retreat there. Evolves into Garbodor. That is beautiful. 120 HP there, 3 energy, super poison breath for 70 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. So another applier of poison there, but 3 energy is kind of rough. 3 retreat as well is super rough. I feel like you wouldn't run this. Marianne, I don't know. 70 HP, 1 cost, pierce for 20 damage, retreat, 2 costs, and weakness to fighting. Evolves into Toxapex, 110 HP. 1 energy spike cannon, deals 20 damage times 4 for each heads you flip out of 4 coins. So pretty good for 1 energy, average of 40, range to 80. Marini? Okay, got you. I think the 2 retreat is kind of rough though, considering it's only a 1 energy. So I don't know if you play this. Weakness to fighting as well. Alolan Diglett, 50 HP. Headbutt for 20 damage, it's a metal type. Weakness to fire and a 1 cost retreat. Evolves into Dugtrio. Luscious Locks here, 90 HP. Iron Head. Flip a coin until you get tails. This deals 70 damage for each head. So if you're super lucky, 1-shot everything in the game. If you're not lucky, 0 damage. Some people are saying this is power corrupt Burmy, but that deals a base of 40 guaranteed plus every flip. So I feel like you prefer the other one instead. But cool card. If you like gambling, there you go. You flip heads every turn. There you go. Weakness to fire and then 1 retreat, and only 90 HP as well. So the 3 cost Moltres attack will 1-shot it because it's 70 plus 20 for weakness to fire. And then the new Incineroar will clear it as well. Excadrill evolves from the fighting type Drillbur, 110 HP, 50 damage slash on 1 energy. Pretty good, but 3 retreat makes it not playable to be honest. Weakness to fire as well. It's way too low. Oh, I mean, neither is yeah, Dugtrio is not an EX, and neither is the what's it called? But yeah, Marowak EX is a EX though. The Burmy evolution, Wormadam, yeah. Escavalier evolves from Carablast, which I believe was Psychic type, or Grass. 110 HP, 1 energy Pike. 1 energy Pike. That's my main from League, XD. 30 damage, and it also deals 20 damage when you're a bonus bench Pokemon. So another Empoleon, another one of these piercing, lets you Cyrus. But again, I hate these 3 energy retreats. They're just way too high. You have to run Leaf, and then sack the energy as well. It's super high. Weakness to fire, yeah, I don't think you play this either. Cool idea, I just wish they weren't so heavy. Klefki, 70 HP, so pretty high for basic. And then unlock for 10 damage, draw a card. So another Sigilith, another Meowth, 70 HP metal, really good. Very good, helps you find your rare candy faster. And then only a 1 retreat and a weakness to fire. So, not susceptible to Skarmory and Carnivine at all. Really good card. I could totally see you run this in the Solgaleo deck. Speaking of, right here, Solgaleo EX, our other pseudo, 180 HP, stage 2 EX metal type. It has the ability Rising Road. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your bench, you can switch it to your active Pokemon. And then you have the 2-cost attack Soul Breaker, dealing 128 damage, and it deals 10 to itself. So it has a 2 retreat and the weakness to fire. So I think this is one of the best cards in the new set, because with rare candy, you can get this out super fast. You know, 1 energy onto Cosmog the first turn, rare candy. Next turn you can swap it in with Rising Road for free. Soul Breaker, 2 energy, 120 damage. The 10 energy to itself isn't that relevant because it has 180 HP already. That's not going to put you in a one-shot range to most Pokemon. Like, it's not going to make a difference, usually. Except for, like, the Stoke Charizard is the only thing I can think of. So that's nice. And then 2 retreat, I think this is a really good card. I think you can pair this with pretty much any metal decks, but also I think Skarmory is going to be a big one. And then Klefki, right? You can just draw with it, draw into rare candy, and then swap it in for free with Solgaleo. Dialga EX has the generation and then has a 2 retreat for free. You can swap in with Rising Road, and then you can just attach onto the Dialga in the back to deal 100 damage later. Super strong card. I think this should be one of the top meta cards for sure. 180 HP also is very nice. Magiarena, I don't know, man. 90 HP basic, 2 energy Silver Cannon, 40 plus damage. If the opponent's active Pokemon has an ability, this deals 40 more damage, so 80 damage to like Druddigons, Darkrai. A lot of Pokemon have abilities these days. Lunala has one, Solgaleo has one. A lot of Pokemon these days, but I mean, 2 energy is a little high, but you could flex this in a Dialga deck, but I think there's just too many other toolkits to run. At least it has 1 retreat. Thank goodness. Drampa, 100 HP Dragon type. 2-cost colorless attack Berserk. So it is a colorless Dragon type for once. That's nice. If any of your bench Pokemon have damage on them, this attack deals 50 more damage. So Mimikyu, I guess, is a synergy with this. Things that self-damage, also things that can just retreat itself out. 100 HP is nice. 2 energy, 70 damage is really nice if you can get that off. 0 weakness, but a 2 retreat does make it kind of not amazing, because you're going to play this once and then retreat it all that cost. You can leave it, I guess. But very cool concept. I like it. Jangmo-o, 60 HP. 1 cost colorless, 20 damage. Voltage switch, true. Weakness 0 and retreat 1. Akmo, 100 HP. Electric plus fighting type, so it counters there, but 60 damage Dragon Claw, solid. Higher than the Gibble, actually. Or the Gabite, which is at 50, right? Or was that 60? I'm not sure. But 2 cost retreat and 0 weakness. Ho-Oh-o, 150 HP, another Garchomp here. Electric and fighting, 2 cost. Clanging Scales, 130 damage during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes 30 more damage from attacks. 2 retreat and a weakness. So electric and fighting, let's think, right? Not much. I mean, fighting has a lot of toolkit, so that helps a lot. Any dual type with fighting in it is going to be benefited a lot from all those toolkits, like Marshadow, stuff like that. Words from Parados, yeah, true. Oh, 60? Okay, yeah, same, right? Thank you. Appreciate that. 2 retreat and a weakness. No weakness, but I don't think you play this. I mean, electric, fighting, what are you playing? You can play Magnezone? Oh, you can just play, like, Magnezone plus anything. Like, Magnezone toolkit. Not bad at all, but just play Magnezone instead with, like, Skarmory or whatever. Tauros, 100 HP, another copy of Tauros. 3 energy, colorless, rising lunge, deals 50 damage. Flip a coin, it deals another 50, up to 100, so average of 75 for 3 colorless. Not terrible. I feel like the Mythical Island Loan is the best one, though. That deals bonus 2 EXs. 2 energy retreat and a weakness to fighting. Skitty, 60 HP. 1 cost tackle. 1 cost retreat. Weakness to fighting evolves into Delcatty, 90 HP. 1 cost energy assist for 30 damage. Take a colorless energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. So, another form of ramp like Pachirisu, but it is a stage 1. So having ramp on stage 1 isn't great, but it's not bad at all. I don't think you'd run it though. I think it's just a little too slow. Like if you're playing colorless, why not just run Dialga EX, you know? One cost retreat and weakness to fighting. Fletchling, 50 HP, one cost flap for 20 damage. Evolves into the Firebird we saw earlier. Hawlucha, 80 HP, justified press, one cost colorless, deals 20 damage if your opponent's active Pokemon is a dark Pokemon. This attack deals 30 more damage. And then weakness to electric and one retreat. For you Darkrai haters, there you go. Would you play this? Eh. Why not? If you know what your opponent's playing, sure. Just play Skarmory. Pick a Peck, 50 HP, 20 damage Peck for colorless, one retreat, and a weakness to electric. Evolves in a Trumbeak, 30 damage, 1 energy, glide, 80 HP, 1 retreat, 2 cannon, 140 HP, 70 damage on 1 for Drill Peck, 2 retreat, and a weakness to electric. Not bad. 140 HP as well. Not bad, not bad. But, Ken, are you running this? Probably not. Young Goose, the Tariffs Man, 60 HP, 1 cost tackle for 20, 1 retreat, weakness to fighting. Gumshoes, 100 HP there, 2 cost headbang for 50, 100 HP as well, and a 1 retreat, weakness to fighting. Yeah, not running this either. Tired of winning, guys. Tired of winning. Stuffle, 70 HP, 3 energy, hammer in for 60, 2 retreat. I mean, 60 on a basic is nice, but it's 3 colorless. When are you doing that? Not really. I think, like, you run, like, Licky Licky instead, right? Weakness to fighting. Beware, 130 HP, 130 damage, Tantrum for 4 energy, but confuses itself. Of course, you can cure this with, like, Lumberry, Malasada, the new item. 3 retreat. So you can run this as a deck, but just run, like, Licky Licky, right? Weakness to fighting, and then, unlike Snorlax, Snorlax is a basic and it has Berry to play around. This one doesn't have either of those, so like it's not that good, but it's cute. Oran Guru, 100 HP, 2 energy Primate's Trap for 40 damage during your opponent's next turn. Attacks used by the defending Pokemon cost 1 more, and its retreat the retreat cost is also 1 more. This is pretty troll. You're gonna troll your opponent. Lock them out of being able to use their next attack. Could we summon? Yeah, you can add this to your Aerodactyl deck. 2 energy retreat and a weakness to fighting. I mean, yeah, it is a lock. If they're playing... Is it a lock? No. It doesn't stack, right? I don't think it stacks. Like, they just need to get to a point. So, like, it's only good for, like, the first few turns. Playable, but I don't know if it's bad, yeah. But if it stacks, then maybe. Soju this early? That's real. But it's a glass Sprite. I do love soju, though. I only drink soju and, lemon sours. I don't really like anything else. We can pretend it is. We'll do one stream probably this month. We'll do one stream, guys. Do one. We gotta celebrate graduation, you know. Good against speedroll, yeah. I see that. Kamala Harris, 90 HP. Ability Comatose. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, whenever you attach an energy from your energy zone to it, it is now asleep. Okay. 70 damage, 2 energy, rolling tackle for 2 retreat. Kamala Harris with the ability of Joe Biden. Makes itself go to sleep. I mean, it's a self nerf, right? For 2 energy, colorless 70, because that's pretty high. But you can just play like Arceus with Dialga. It's cool, I suppose, and then Malasada will heal it, and you can just do it on the bench as well. Just run one Malasada, one Nurse Joy, or Lumberry. They'll take care of it. It's okay. Big Malasada. So heal 10 damage from and remove a random special condition from your active Pokemon. Another potion, but for half the health. Yeah, but it's not a supporter. And then if you hate like the Alolan Muck, if you have something that sleeps itself like Snorlax, then you can cure it with this. Pretty handy for those decks, but if you're like playing like a regular deck, I don't think the special conditions are you know, prevalent enough to run this in every deck. But it will definitely help against, like, if you know you're gonna play against like PETA, people who do a lot of special conditions. Or Pokemon that apply special conditions themselves, like Snorlax once again. Because usually you only have one. So that's nice. Good tech for those decks. But in the meta, I don't think you have enough slots to run this plus potion. Fishing Net. Put a random basic water Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand. So this is Granny. It's nice, but I feel like, I mean, like, if your Wishy-Washy dies, I think that's the biggest, the biggest, use case of this. You can loop Wishy-Washy EX and then play another one for cards. I think that's probably the only use case for this that you'll actually use. I mean, like, other than maybe 18 Trainer, Articuno Palkia, but you can revive plus Misty someone, RK out of nowhere. But otherwise, you don't have enough slots for this. No one ran Granny as a supporter. I mean, this isn't a supporter, so it's nice, but water decks are already so overloaded with cards. You know, you have Arita, you have Misty, plus all the other cards everyone else gets, so. But Wishy-Washy will run this, I think. Rare Candy. This is that card. This is that card. Choose one of your basic Pokemon at play. If you have a Stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card onto the basic Pokemon to evolve it, skipping the Stage 1 entirely. You cannot use this card during your first turn or on a basic Pokemon that was put into play this turn. So with this, you can evolve directly into the Stage 2 as long as you have the Stage 2 in your hand and the basic active, and you didn't play it this turn, or you put it into play at least last turn. And then you don't need to have the Stage 1 in your hand at all. You can completely skip it and evolve straight into Stage 2 and use it. You can attack with it, you can retreat, do whatever you want. Instantly put it on. So this is huge for Stage 2 decks. I think a lot of people will be running two basics, one Stage 1 and two Stage 2s, as well as like Calms and Ionos as well, because you can't calm into Rare Candy, but you can calm into the Stage 1, and then you can calm into or you can Iono into Communication and Rare Candy. It will get blocked by like Vikavolt, but I think it's going to be really uncommon. But yeah, Stage 2s are going to be huge. Solgaleo is already really good. Lunala is great. And then a lot of Stage 2s are already really good too. This will help them even more. I think this benefits most the Pokemon with low cost attacks, because you can play them in the active slot and then Rare Candy down. And then by that time, you probably already have 2 energy from your turns. And you can start swinging straight out the gate. So Infernape, Gallade, and then the new Solgaleo are going to benefit huge. Even Garchomp with a linear attack. We got really nice card. If you draw it, it can be devastating. Also, Rampardos, it works on fossils. So if you have an X speed, you can't play fossils in the basic slot, so you're gonna have to find a way to retreat out your basic. But if you can Rampardos evolve with Rare Candy on turn 2. Like your second turn. It has to be your second turn, but you can do that. And then boom. GG. You have Rampardos on turn 2, because you only need 1 energy, no matter what. So yeah, I think this is a meta working card for sure. I think you run like 2-1, 2-2. But yeah, I'm excited to get rid of this basic meta. I'm very excited. Our last card is Rotom decks. Look at the top card of your deck, then you may shuffle your deck. Kind of like it's a Scry 1 from card games. So if it's trash, you shuffle it away. If it's not trash, keep it for the next draw or research into it. Yeah, this is a garbage. This is a garbage card. No one's running this, to be honest. But hey, it exists. Cheerleading Bird, yeah, I think it's hilarious. 18 trainer decks are shut down completely, which is nice. I think it's for sure viable, especially in electric decks. And I feel like the meta will not change into basics or into non-EXs. I think EXs are still way too good right now to not run. I think you're running electric, you should just run it. Poison Barb. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is your active Pokemon and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, The attacking Pokemon is now poisoned. So this is Rocky Helmet, but instead of 20 damage, it poisons them. So it can be better or worse in situations, right? Poison Barb will last. The poison will last forever until they retreat or evolve over it. So, you know, if they only attack you once and then sit there for the rest of the game, then Poison Barb will deal more damage compared to if they only attacked you once with Rocky Helmets. Poison Barb also enables like Absol or people that deal more damage to Pokemon with special effects or poison. So Clodsire is going to benefit from this. Venoshock, Clodsire, Venoshock, Scolipede. Gonna help with that. But remember that they can evolve or retreat away to get rid of poison, so... Yeah, I mean, I think generally Rocky Helmet's better, but for decks that play around poison, this is gonna be nice. If you really hate people to do it, you could also run 2 Helmet, 2 Barb, but... Nah. And, yep, pools are the same as always. You can only attach 1 at a time. Leaf Cape. The grass Pokemon this card is attached to gets 30 HP, so regular Giant Cape is 20, this is 30, and this is max HP plus the heal. So it's effectively a 30 heal plus max HP. Your Venusaur is gonna hit, what, 220? Congrats! You're a new shiny Venusaur. Yeah, I mean, grass decks get this plus Erica. I don't see why you wouldn't run this in a lot of decks, especially things that are 50 HP. Which pack is better? I think Lunala right now, but I think both are really good. Still can't tank OG Charizard? Yeah, true. 220, right? Oh, this, yeah. Grass decks are helped out a lot. Oh my gosh, we have the supporters still. Oh my goodness. Okay, Acerola. We talked about this earlier. Palisade Mimikyu, it's the 40 damage bounce, so heals your Pokemon and then deals 40 damage, but it has to be Palisade and Mimikyu. Alima, this is interesting. So put one of your colorless Pokemon that has damage onto it into your hand. So this is Budding Expeditioner Koga. It's the bounce. Effectively, if it's a basic, it's a full heal, and then you can just put it back down. So you have a basic tank, a basic colorless tank, all the damage, and then you full heal it. And then you don't have to pay the retreat cost anymore. They're not in damage of dying to a finisher like the Decidueye anymore because they're bounced back to your hand. You can play it back down and then put it back in. You don't have to at all. You don't have to do that at all. So, really nice card, especially for colorlesses that take low energy or have huge health. So I think Kangaskhan is an underlooked winner of this because it only costs 1 energy and then you can just bounce it for free. Whereas usually the retreat cost is 3, so really, really high. Bounce it to your hand, tank for free, poke for 30 while you evolve up something in the back or attach up something in the back. A lot of people are saying Snorlax, and even the new Rayquaza is a colorless as well, basic, with 140 HP. Yeah, I think it's a really cool card. Colorless decks will for sure play it. Kiawe is a Lulmera Conturnator, we talked about this earlier. Double ramp for no attack. Guzma what? Discard all Pokemon tool cards attached to each of your opponent's Pokemon, so active and benched. So this is an interesting card. I think people were saying like anti-Skarmory, which is kind of true. But the thing is, like, once people know this card exists, they're just going to hold it in their hand, which you can then Mars or red card. But if you're running this, the chance you're also running like Mars might be kind of low. The Skarmory players, if they go second, they're just going to attach it and then discard. Like, it discards their tools. But they're just going to put another one down. I think the bigger use case of this is to get rid of capes. So if you're playing against like Manaphy, like I think Skarmory decks and what's it called? Will love this. Skarmory Carnivine decks will love this to get rid of capes to one-shot like Manaphy's. I think that's gonna be big. But other than that, I don't think you run this in every deck. I think specifically decks that play for one-shots, play around cape, play around helmets are gonna be nice. It is a supporter slot as well, so just keep that in mind. Guzma nuts. Lol. Lana. You can use this card only if you have a Rakuten in play, so either the bench or the active, we talked about this. Switch any one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. Free Cyrus, no damage needed. Sophocles, Blaine for Alolan Golem, Vikavolt, and Togedemaru. Mallow, Full Heal, Shiinotic, and Serena, the grass types. If you do, discard all energy from those Pokemon. Lily. Heals 60 damage from one of your stage 2 Pokemon. So this is more than Erica. This is way more than, this is double that of the Pokemon Trainer, Pokemon Center Lady. Triple that of Potion. I think this is a great card. I think 60 HP helps get rid of a lot of 2-shots in the meta. Like Solgaleo is 120, Lunala is 100, Giratina is 130. That is going to help a lot, especially with Capes and other potions. Leave it if it's 80? Yeah, I think that would be way too strong though. Like that's like almost a guaranteed 2-shot protection. But yeah, really nice card, and then also the Mercier as well as Guzma, as well as Guzma. I think you run this in most Stage 2 decks if you have the room. I mean, Stage 2 has a lot of stuff to use though. Like they have Ionos, they have all of their copies, they have Comms, now they have Rare Candy, so maybe you run one of, but nice, very nice utility card to have. Considering a lot of people already run like Pokécenter Lady. Cool arts. Let's go to the last Pokemon. Oh, Executor promo and a Ninetales. That's cool. Having a strict, yeah, but then again, like you're always playing towards your stage as well. Cosmog promo is the same effect, just different art. Looks cute. A Brawler, same idea. Lycanroc, same effect. A Grimer, Poison Gas. So this is new. It poisons the opponent's active Pokemon for 1 energy to retreat. You probably run this one over the other one because then you have another different effect. So then the Muck won't do poison, it'll do something else. Toucannon Beak Blast is also new. 2 energy for 80 damage, and then if it's heads, they'll be burned. So that's 20 damage unless they cleanse it with heads at the end of every turn. Rayquaza, here we go. Rayquaza Basic. 100 health basic for 4 energy. Spiral Rush deals 70 damage, and flip a coin until you get tails. The attack deals 30 more damage for each heads. So base of 70 plus average of 100, right? It's not great. It's not terrible, but 100 HP is so low. I don't think you're playing this, but it's cool. Cool card. Cool art. Weakness to electric and a 1-cost retreat. Just get lucky. 4 energy is so high for these, by the way. Like, Wormadam is 2. Like, it's way too high. HP kills the card? Exactly. I mean, 80 from electric kills it too, so... Dude. Rayquaza EX, here we go. 140 HP. 4 energy colorless Draco Meteor. One of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random 4 times. For each time a Pokemon is chosen, deal 40 damage to it. So this is like Bug Trio EX, like Dragonite. We talked about this in one of our shorts earlier. But it deals 160 total damage spread randomly. So it can deal 160 on all of them in one. It can split it evenly between 4. If there's only one Pokemon, it'll obviously deal 160 to that one. So that's nice. And then 4 energy colorless means you don't have to play around the electric and water dual typing, praying for that. And then you also it's also a basic. It is an EX though with only 140 health, so you might get one shot by things like red plus Giratina, red plus Solgaleo. So the HP makes it kind of pretty risky. You're gonna have to run like a cape. 2 retreat and weakness to electric, so 120 damage electric would also one shot it as well. But yeah, Dragonite is 200 total, but you have to play around the electric and water. Bug Trio is 150 total, but it is a stage 1 with 3 energy costs, so I think it's just a little too high of a cost for the payoff. But it does deal 160 total if they only have one Pokemon. I don't think it's very good, to be honest. It's definitely viable, but I don't think it's very good. So glad you get this for promo. Yeah, I'm really glad you get the full art for free. It's a sick full art. Speaking of, right there. And yeah, that's all the new cards. Appreciate y'all for sticking around. I will do a shuffle of the arts now. Japan 2-star. Alima. I don't know any of these people, but I didn't play this game. Yeah, wait, I like that. It's like the Blaine one. I like his hair. Guzma. Skateboarder. Guzma Immersive. This one's pretty nice. Lana. Japan moment. Sophocles, reverse Japan moment. Is a gamer. Malo. Looks so good, yeah, I agree. Lily, yeah, this is nice. Japan moment. Lily immersive, also nice. And then let's go back to dude, the 2 stars are crazy, and then the full arts are crazy as well, yeah. Mimikyu, very cute. Plushies. A9, I think this is awesome. This is sick, and I love that's a promo. That's cool. Like a binder. Kamala Harris, nice art. Beware, I like this graffiti pattern. Big Effect, very cute. Cute. Drampa, this is all, whoa, this is sick. What? I bet the card's like not amazing, but that is crazy. Oh my goodness. Dragon Ball Z. Magierna, whatever it is, Oriana. Yeah, that card, nice. Surely Pokemon Streaking? Surely. Oriana. Solgaleo, this gold is really nice. Very nice gold. But this is crazy, dude. I love these style arts. So nice. Cool 2-star as well. I think this is my chase, bro. This is awesome. Amok, Rainbow Sherbet. That is disgusting. This one's cute. I pulled this one. I like stars. Passimian, that's nice. Kingdom of the Apes, peaceful. That's chill. Mudsdale, very nice art. Very detailed. Rockruff, the dog. It looks kind of like it looks kind of uncanny or out of place, but very nice background art. Lunala EX, this looks strange. Like the face just looks weird to me, but it's alright. Vivzy Pop. Okay, I like that they match. That's cool. If you put them together in like a binder, that's sick. But I think I like the Solgaleo one more. Those are some nice colors. I'll give them that. Those are some nice colors for sure. Very cute Cosmog. Very cute. Alright, these are like tarot cards. Tarot. Sandy Gast. Funny. Comfy. Cute. Cutie Fly. Rabombi. Very nice art. Coco. Oh my gosh, this is like the most tilting thing to see ever. This freaking Oratorio while you can't attack. It's funny. This is a really nice card. I see why this is a Days Chase card. Very nice looking. Alolan Raichu. This one also looks really nice. I like the colors. Another tarot card. I like the colors on that. This is cute. Kikimuku. Oh my goodness. That Jaws? Okay. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. That is ugly. AF. I don't want that. I like the little goldfish on the end though. Abominable? Oh my gosh. What is this, man? That's funny. This will be my next VTuber probably. This Goofy Ah. Hey Marowak? Yeah, it looks fun. Goofy Ah. Hey Vulpix, very cute. Like that. This is awesome. This art is I love. This is sick. This is freaking awesome. I love this thing. Incineroar, also very nice rainbow. Very nice rainbow. Wolf Glick. Chill, 2-star. Not terrible. It doesn't really fit like the colors in the background, but I like the colors, but they don't fit too much. I mean, I guess it is red and black, but I wish it was red background as well. This art is so nice for A Marowak. Very, very nice art. Love this. And it pairs with one of the cute ones, right? Isn't there a cute one at night? Tapu Bulu. Hero card. Delmize EX. Pretty nice. Rainbow. Not amazed though, but it's cool that's on a pirate ship. That is ugly. But oh, Serena. Pokemon Company? Japan? More LOL? More LOL. 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 This one, I love this one. This is sick. It's like the Weavile, but this is cool. And it really fits the card. And then 2-star Decidueye is also pretty cool. Like that. Funny tall dragon. Tree. And yeah, we got a shiny reprint, so this is a new execute though, not a reprint. Wigglytuff Toucher is back once again. They saw how much we like Wigglytuff. Cute. Ghastly, nice. Wigglytuff EX reprint as well. Executor reprints. Marowak EX reprints. Green. Cubone. Machamp. It's nice. Reprints here. Gengar reprint. Unfortunately, it's the same freaking, just slightly lighter. Father. Hunter. Starmie shiny is cool. It's blue. My girlfriend pulled it. The Stoice. Big Man Blastoise. Very fun card. I really like this War Turtle. And then the eggs for the 40 damage swing to 80. And the Venusaur, we got that. That's a wrap for today's video. Today we covered every single new card in the new set Celestial Guardians. Thanks so much for watching if you made it all the way. Appreciate you. We have daily deck lists and card reviews going on our YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram Reels daily. So drop a follow on those platforms. And then I'll also have full deck lists out on the YouTube channel. Soon TM as soon as I make those. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be playing in tournaments and ranked on stream, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. So check that out as well. We got a trading Discord. We have discussions. All of my deck lists are posted on there. You can now trade stuff from Shining Revelry like Giratina, so go for that in my trading channel. Check that out in the link in the description. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Appreciate y'all. I got a stream schedule every week out as well, trying to stream every day on my Discord, so check that out as well. And thank you guys so much for watching again, and Kalama.